Have you ever desired to show off something you created, like we'll say in racing, or in this case even sim racing? While on the track, simulator, hauling close to the ground in a cart, Abruzzi Racewear has you covered. If you've ever needed to promote your team logo, name, colors, or just feeling a bit more confident in your sim rig, Abruzzi Racewear is your answer. Team shirts, jackets, and even hats, they go the extra mile. Custom race shoes to gloves and even cart suits, Abruzzi has the supplies to fit your needs. Customizable from team names to colors, and yes, you can even have your own name embroidered just the way you want it. In sim racing, they give you the comfort and feel of being strapped into a cockpit to bring the experience closer to the way you desire it. Their range of sim apparel has been created to not only meet and exceed the highest levels of comfort and quality, but also to enable you to make it yours. To add your personality, take a look today at AbruzziUSA.com to see the lineup and what they have to offer. AbruzziUSA.com, with customization at heart, your wear, your way.
Green flag at the Daytona road course. Nick Crawford on the pole takes the lead. Alex Bisson to the inside now of Crawford and will take that second position.
Yeah, and that's going to help Brian pull out for him a little bit there. That's what he likes to see, a little bit of battling from guys. You know, you get lap traffic and can slow you down. So as we got 21 laps to go here tonight, who would you like to ride along with our cranker up here at Freaky Style, brought to you by the ButtKicker? Start throwing it out there in the chat. Let us know so we can start tallying up the votes as Nick is, whoa.
Cedric Hunter coming into the pit. So Bisson will now take over the lead on lap 18 of 30.
This is interesting because Bisson, he pitted on lap 14.
Alex Bisson now up 2 positions, but he was fast in practice. He's been fast at the beginning of this race, and pit strategy could pay off here with a victory, but you can never count out Brian Johnson as we continue with lap 18 of 30. Across the line will be a white flag. Is there enough time for Brian Johnson, or has Alex Bisson played the pit strategy game perfectly and will come away with a victory here tonight? Into 1. The gap is starting to shrink. Look at Johnson pulling up there behind Bisson. I don't think Johnson's going to have enough here in turn number 12, Robert. I think Bisson has played the proper strategy with pits, the proper strategy with tires, the proper strategy with driving, and Alex Bisson will come across the line with his first victory of the season here on the World Series of Sim Racing.
Alex Bisson with his first victory of the season for the World Series of Sim Racing. Tonight, we go to Daytona for Independence Day. The World Series of Sim Racing on Freaky Fast Broadcasting is next.
Welcome, race fans, here to another exciting night of racing here at World Series of Sim Racing League, as we are ready to take on Daytona International Speedway here for round number 7 here with World Series of Sim Racing League. It's going to be a fun action race here as we're packing 17 cars in here tonight, and I'm happy to bring along with me Lee Tidwell. How you doing there? Pit party!
I was ready with this big intro. You just took it all. You took all my wind out of my sails, man. What's going on, Mr. Robert Moya?
Not much, man. Getting ready to get the freaky style, and I'm just gonna get freaky nuts and freaky crazy. Okay, all right, that's out of my system now. We're good to go. But man, tonight, World Series of Sim Racing League is going to be taking on Daytona International Speedway here, and we had Alex Bisson last week in that 95. Finally get a win of the season, knock off Brian Johnson and Larry there for a win. So are we gonna see somebody new tonight? Well, it's a crapshoot here at Daytona, man. Anybody from the back to the front to the middle can win this one.
And that's the thing about Daytona, the pack racing, the draft racing. It really is anyone's game. As you get caught outside the draft, you get left behind, or maybe you can catch a sniff of that draft and be able to catch up with a pack. So tonight will be completely different than what it was last week, when we was right here in these very same seats looking at this very same track with a much different configuration with the Daytona road course.
That is correct, as looks like we're rolling into qualifying here, so we'll see what kind of lap time these guys can put down. It is alone qualifying, so it's only going to be one car out there. Can't use teammates to try to draft to, get better speed, so.
Yes, as the participants start to hit the track running that qualifying lap, we're here at Daytona on the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there. Thank you for joining me and Mr. Robert here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting with the World Series of Sim Racing. Each and every Saturday night, I always look forward to coming and watching these guys perform. And as you said, when you look at the way this season is shaking out, we've got Brian Johnson with 3 wins on the season, Larry Yingling with 2, Alex Bisson able to break that line, so to speak, of Johnson and Yingling and join the winner's circle last week on the road course here at Daytona. Will he be able to do the same thing tonight on the oval, or we have another first-time winner with the World Series of Sim Racing?
If I had to put my betting stones down, gloves or whatever, money, I'd say we're probably going to have a new time winner. I really do. If I had to pick anybody out there, and it's something I don't like doing, because you give them the broadcast jinx. So let's pray to God that this doesn't happen. But Bob Skinner in the category 5 there, he knows how to get around Talladega. He reminds me of a Dale Jr. He just knows how to navigate the air.
Yeah, and I haven't got to see Bob on a super speedway yet, so that's going to be it's going to be great to see all these guys here tonight. Be able to open it up and do some pack racing, be able to see these teams work together. Mm-hmm. This is one of those races that the teamwork and the team concept will be such an important factor. We really haven't got to see much of that besides maybe utilizing pit strategies and things like that. But tonight will be the first time we'll get to see teammates working with teammates, teams from members from other teams working together for a common goal. To that last lap, it's going to be a race of mayhem here tonight at Daytona as we start seeing some lap times being laid down. Danny Lawson with a 47.595 running a quick first lap for himself. Alex Bisson is laid down a lap as well. It is a 47.895. So as we watch these keep coming in, Lawson on the pole as of now, and then McWhorter gonna undercut him by just a bit, 47.563. Joseph McWhorter's been sniffing a lot this season. He's due for a victory.
He's been due for a victory for a while, actually. I really don't know what to say about the guy. He's due. He's way overdue.
We do the whole pit party thing, but Zach and Brian turned us on to a guy that does World of Outlaws, that does quick time, and I almost did that when Bisson just took the pole with his lap. But I digress. We'll have too many pit parties tonight, anyways. Bisson with a 47.375, a quick lap there for number 95, Alex Bisson. Last week's winner right now on the pole with about a little under half of the field with a lap laid down. Everybody on the track now, so we're going to start watching some of those. And we got some new paint schemes tonight. The number 28 of Brian Johnson Actually, all of Category 5, it seems like, has new paint schemes, except, of course, Mr. Cedric Hunter, who will never, ever leave Hello Kitty.
Wow. Do you blame him?
No, not at all.
Yeah. We're not going to do the meow sounds because the meow hurts. I mean, crap. I did it. Anyways. All right, well, as they're finishing off this qualifying here, do we want to quick give a shout out to all the proud sponsors here at Freaky Fast Broadcast?
Of course we do. Freaky Fast Broadcasting brought to you by lots of good sponsors, great sponsors. The ButtKicker and the Gamer2. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car, from ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast20, that's Freaky with 2 E's, FreakyFast20 for 20% off your order of the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Freaky Fast Broadcasting also proudly brings you World Series of Sim Racing by Abruzzi USA. That's Abruzzi, A-B-R-U-Z-Z-I, USA.com. Your wear, your way, from sim racing gloves, karting gloves, kart boots, all kinds of apparel for sim racing and karting as well. Check out AbruzziUSA.com. Use the promo code FreakyFast for 20% off your order of above $30 or more there at AbruzziUSA.com. And guess what, Robert? Guess what?
What?
My gloves will be here Wednesday.
Oh, sweet. Picture.
And also brought to you by iPitting. iPitting Boards is a web tool designed for iRacing teams to help you create all kinds of data points and a clear vision with schedules, results, championship points, standings, and more. And it's a great way for your team's community manager to share on social networks your team's achievements and events. That's iPitting at iPitting.com. And we've got our field set. Robert, are we ready to run through our qualifying for this evening here at Daytona on the 4th of July with the World Series of Sim Racing?
Yes, we are. All right. Qualifying results are up on the board, Mr. Lee.
And hitting the pole as I was doing my ads, Dude Conrad coming in first race of the season. Number 8 gets the pole at a 47.320. Larry Yingling in second. The number 67 machine. The number 13 of Cedric Hunter will start third. Starting fourth, Alex Bisson in the number 95. Mark Whitley will begin fifth at the number 77. The number 1 of Brandon Colley will be in the 6th position. In 7th will be Zach Holland in the number 5 machine. Number 8 will be Brian Johnson in the number 28. Starting 9th in the number 17 card is John Held. In 10th position, the number 64 of John Mullins. In 11th, the 32 of Joseph McWhorter. The 18 of Danny Lawson will begin 12th. In 13th, Mr. Bob Skinner in that number 82 American flag machine this evening. The number 94 of Maxwell Caldwell will begin in 14th position. In 15th, Bradley Allison in the number 03. Number 20 of Dave. Dave will start in 16th. In 17th, Corey Blevins in the number 24 machine. In 18th will be Christopher Miller in the number 15. And we got a few no times there at the end, so we probably got some admins and people like that. So we get ready to go green here. 100 laps at Daytona, 2.5 miles. That makes it how many miles, sir?
2.5 miles. Oh, I know this offhand, and now I'm having a brain fart because I'm
250, sir.
Thank you. Yes, you're right. And if apparently we got people in the infield setting off fireworks here as the race is getting started. So if you hear a bing and a bang, I do apologize, but hopefully that gets you in the 4th of July, spirit, man.
Well, of course, we got to be at that.
All right. Yeah, you're going to hear some bing and bang probably coming through my mic, so.
As we get set to go green with 100 laps here at Daytona International Speedway in beautiful Daytona, Florida. The pace car pulls off.
Green flag.
And Dude Conrad will lead him to the line. The engine's rev, and here we go, 100 laps at Daytona. And look at Cedric Hunter right on the back end of Dude. as we're going to take it down the front stretch into one. Conrad, Yingling, Bisson, Hunter, Whitley, Collie will be your front 6. And now we're going to watch how they group up here. On the bottom, it's going to be Conrad, Hunter, and Whitley. On the top, Yingling, Bisson, and Collie's way behind there. Not really way behind, but back far enough not really to help out with this backstretch. Going into 3, the field is running side by side. These front 4 cars, Robert, an exciting first lap, and just now starting to get up to speed at 197 miles an hour and still climbing.
That's right. And we're going to see here, we're going to see a front draft, we're going to see a backpack and back drafting and everything like that, Lee. And it's only going to be a matter of time. We'll see where these guys are going to fall into place here. As you can still see, they're side by side, all the way back to about 6th place. And you got that 20 of that Pennzoil of, now I just had a brain fog.
Dave.
I believe that's Dave. Who's that in the Pennzoil? Is that Dave? No, that is not
20.
Dave. Who is that? Who's in the Pennzoil?
You gotta give me a number, sir.
Oh, that is Collie. Brandon, number 1.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, a different paint scheme. Apologize. Lost me there for a minute. I wasn't exactly sure who that was there, but yeah, now you can see he's hooking up with his teammate there. But what I was getting into there, Zach, Lee, is, geez, I was just looking at Zach's car, but they're going to be 2 different type of drafting here. You're going to have some guys that are going to want to stay into the front. Some guys are going to fall into the back. You know what I mean? And then you're going to have the middle guys in the middle. So as we spread out here, we're going to see teams lock up with each other and just basically ride, you know, for that until you hit that first caution, or hopefully not, but first pit stop rounds.
As we come around turn number 4 to end lap number 3, got some back and forth going on, but the front 5 still hold down. Hunter will take that lap, followed by Conrad, Whitley, Yingling, and Bisson. And these front 5 positions keep just jockeying back and forth. Collie is now caught up with him, along with the number 15 of Christopher Miller. So now that front pack starting to get a little bit bigger. McWhorter also reaching up there. John Hale, the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell, and then the 64 of John Mullen. So the front pack is starting to expand its girth.
Yes, and you can see Cedric Hunter did take over the lead, but dude is going to pull that number 8 out of the way there. Try to hook up with his teammate of Larry there and see if he can get pushed, but Alex is going to fall down right behind Cedric Hunter, and that lap was led by dude Conroy.
Conrad will take that lap as we go into one. It's Conrad and Yingling on the outside, Hunter, Bisson, Whitley, Collie on the inside. And then you got the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell starting to sneak up on that top side back behind Larry Yingling. But look at the push from Hunter, Bisson, and Whitley on that bottom side, getting a 2-car length lead. Yingling decides to drop down into the groove now, into that single file pack. So does Conrad. So now we're in single file, Robert. We're going to settle in.
That is correct, as we'll see what Christopher, he's going to fall down. He should fall in place. Yep, Joseph is going to latch on right with him too. So it looks like we're getting, like you said here, single file all the way back. Joseph is behind that 15. Oh, then we got
Whitley sniffing the outside of Bisson now. Battle for second. Bisson will stay behind Hunter, but Whitley is testing that outside, unless he's fallen back on purpose, which we have seen. He might be. Now here comes Bisson to the top side. Teamwork.
And they're not even on teams. 2 cars against 10. Whoa.
Well, almost 3 wide here.
Well, a little bit early for that, guys. Let's go back here real quick, though. I want to give a shout out to Bob Skinner. Check out, we were told in pre-race to check out his paint scheme, and wowzer, look how beautiful that thing looks.
I was watching Bob Star during practice.
Wow, that thing is nice. And go back behind him, he's got his teammate Zach Hall, Brian Johnson back here running. New paint scheme. Oh, he's got some chrome on that car. Oh, he's got a nice alpha layer going on there.
So we've got some dancing in the front of the pack and some radio chatter. It's going to be Yingling and the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell to the top, Conrad and Hunter to the bottom. Coming down the backstretch with the 77 of Whitley, contently riding in 5th position. Then you'll have Coley, sorry, I got it right most of the time. Coley and Bisson behind there. But yeah, they've been just interchangeable in these first 5 positions for these first 8 laps here.
Very clean racing too here. So these guys are putting on a nice show. As we ride in the front of Brian Johnson, as he's looking at Zach Hall's back end there. It says good freaky fast broadcasting logo on there, so let's give a shout out to us.
Little shout out to us.
That is right.
Conrad in the lead. Whitley's going to take it to the outside. Hunter behind him to the top side now. Yingling to the inside. So the front 4 once again rearranging, shuffling up, and let's see how we do coming out of 4. The 94 of Caldwell has caught up to him, and Collie is working on catching up to that front group as well. We come across the start-finish line, and Whitley's going to, I think, take that lap. No, Conrad does. By less than a 0.05 of a second.
Yeah, look at the front up here, Lee. These guys they're trying to get that high line going, but I don't know. Again, super speedway, the fastest way around is stay on the low line. You really need a lot of cars as Cedric gets pushed into the middle, into the sucker hole. And
Whitley is too.
Oh, wow, these guys are racing, man. Sorry, go right ahead.
No, that's fine. Coming out of 4. Whitley looking not to touch, but he's caught in no man land between Bisson and Skinner. Look at Skinner's run. Up to 5th position.
Yeah, just talking about him too. I seen that coming. That guy knows how to work the air. He's like a Dale Sr. and a Dale Jr.
Lap 11 down the backstretch. Conrad, Yingling, Caldwell, Bisson, and Skinner. Bisson now looking for some help from the 15 machine of Christopher Miller, up 13 spots. Trying to make that high line work, as you said. Collie trying to catch up there along with McWhorter on the high line. We could see a 4-car length double file coming down the backstretch after right now we complete lap number 11. On 12 now, headed to 1. Side by side through 1. Conrad with a car length lead. Look at the 15 of Miller all over the backside of Bisson trying to push him along. Yingling now pulling up to Conrad.
Wow.
Pack racing into 3. Bisson's holding it tight there too. Look at it.
How long can they go? The humidity was up to 65%. So these engines, a lot of moisture out here tonight, Lee. So these engines might start overheating a little faster than what they're used to.
Yeah, that could be why we see the moving around, is to keep those engines from overheating. We come out of 2. Bisson has dropped back into 6th position, right in front of Hunter.
Yeah, you can see it right. Whoa! That was
the 15 of Miller.
Yeah, and that was a great, man, that was a move. He's like, I either want somebody to follow me or I got to cool my car down.
Bisson getting up behind Miller, going to try to push him there. As we're going to come across the line for lap 13.
Looking very clean out here so far. Come back here to the guys in the back. Running their own race back here. Want to stay out of trouble, not race anybody. if the big one happens, at least they have time
Here
to react. But they
Here
are.
we go. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to say, these guys back here are about 2 seconds behind. But, yeah, now we got Christopher on that top there that you were about ready to say, correct there, Lee?
Yep. Coming into 3, Miller and Bisson working the high line. McWhorter has joined them. They were side by side, door to door. Miller and Conrad down the backstretch. As we come across the line, the high line is starting to work now, and Miller will lead that lap. Let's see what Miller, Bisson, and McWhorter can do on the high line. But you see Bisson go way high and taking it. Oh, he's scraping the wall. He was thinking about taking it 3 wide there, scraped the wall. Had to slow down was McWhorter, and now it's going to be Conrad, Yingling, Caldwell, and Whitley taking advantage of that. And now straighten it back out into a single file line via Bisson. Slight mental error there, scraping the wall with a little too high, trying to take it 3 wide.
That don't look like it's going to hurt him too bad. You know what's the most shocking right now? I thought I'd see more team racing, and we're actually not. We got Cedric Hunter in the Category 5 up here, running in the 7th position, and that's just him in the top 10. He has no other teammates.
And in our points championship, I don't know if you happen to have that handy or not. Or
no, I do not. I unfortunately had to go to a cookout, so I couldn't get it done. So
I think Yingling still is atop the points lead.
Yes,
after last week.
Yeah, not by much though. I mean, it's close.
I think it's within 5 points.
Something like that between him and Brian, yeah. So I do apologize. I didn't have that for the viewerships, but, you know, it's a holiday weekend. I tried to get what I could done for everybody.
Nobody's complaining, sir. Calm down.
Well, I know no one's complaining, but I complain because I don't get it done. So that's just me. But thank you, everybody.
Everybody deserves a little time.
Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in out here on Facebook. We got a total of 16 people watching on Facebook. Got 5 people on YouTube. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. If this is the first time here at Freaky Fast, don't forget to hit that follow and like button on Freaky Fast there on Facebook. And if it's the first time you've been there on YouTube side, you can also hit that subscribe button and the bell button so you don't miss any of the action here that you're seeing, like at World Series of Sim Racing or any action we have throughout the week here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting.
Whitley had to pull it out of the line there and go high. Yeah, just was listening on the radio. He mistimed it there. So I thought he was getting hot, but just mistimed the turn. So Conrad, Yingling, Caldwell, McWhorter, Hunter will be your top 5 with Miller up 12 positions in the 6th position. Now he's going to sniff the top side and go around Cedric Hunter. And I tell you what, though, honestly, Christopher Miller's been running mighty strong this entire race.
Yes, he has. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I haven't been down on the track with these new, the setups and the cars with this previous update, but it looks like these cars they're getting a run lead, and they're dicing out and they're getting a run. Like you just seen Christopher Miller there. He got on the outside, went right around, and got back in line. So you can see that they're getting this run. But I think once you pull out, if you don't have nobody after you make that pass, you kind of stall out.
And now we're starting to see McWhorter and Miller teaming up.
Yeah.
Up on the outside. So let's see how this plays out coming out of 4. As like you said, Miller's been sniffing that outside. He just did not have a partner. Without a partner, all you do is fall back.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. So, see, look at Christopher. Look at these things are... Man, they're loose.
Yeah, that tri-oval seems to be just a tidbit slippy.
Yeah, you notice that too? They come through there, man. That back end's fishtailing left, right, left, right, left, right. Watch them come down this front back stretch. Look how they're just dicing and slicing there.
And Cedric Hunter's going to drift up to the top side with McWhorter. Whitley's kind of wiggly in that corner. Now we're on lap 20, so now we're starting to look at when do we start looking at the tires. When, you know, I mean, how many laps of green flag drafting racing can you run?
About 34 laps, 34 to 36 on 100% fuel.
So we should actually start to see the tire drop off very soon, if not already, and that could be why we're seeing some shaking the tail feathers out there. As we got McWhorter now on the outside of Conrad, along with Cedric Hunter and the 15 of Christopher Miller. Looking to make that outside line work. Whitley slides up there with them. On the bottom side will be Conrad, Yingling, and the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell, excuse me. Man, I just shipped Cedric Hunter and Maxwell Caldwell. I am so sorry. Coming across the start-finish line, Conrad will continue to lead here as we go into lap 22.
I think you want to be the guy out front. This seems like it's a safe place. Dude's out there running his line. Car looks very, very stable, and he's got everybody else in the back just dicing and slicing and trying to figure out where they want to go. As you can see, Alex, look at the huge run he gets on the outside. But the problem is does he have anybody to go with him? And no, now yes.
Well, Whitley came up, and see, Whitley, man, he's not steady. And because Miller was going to tuck in behind McWhorter, Whitley came up. Miller had to back off. So now it's just a chess match.
Yeah, I mean, this is awesome. Awesome racing here at World Series of Sim Racing League here, Lee.
As we go, Conrad, Yingling, Bisson, Caldwell, Whitley. 6 back could be Miller, McWhorter, Cedric Hunter, Colley, and John Mullen rounds out your top 10. Bisson now looking to the top side again with Whitley and Miller. McWhorter's going to join them. Cedric Hunter along with Colley trying to catch up to this pack.
Wow. And guess where we go tomorrow night, Lee? Sunday.
Idea.
Sim Racing Unleashed at Talladega.
We do 2 super speedways back to back?
Yes, we do. Talladega, Sunday night, 7:50 live here on Freaky Fast, where they're gonna debut our Camaro Freaky Fast car.
Oh yeah, and I have seen a sneak preview of that car, and I'm excited to see it. As Bisson gets left out to dry on the outside and continues to fall backwards now to 6th.
Yeah, no friends.
Whoa, Whitley just like appeared.
I was gonna say he fell off my screen here for a minute. Back. But you see now, come back here to these guys back here at Cat 5. Like I said, the only car up here is Cedric Hunter. Outside his teammates, you got Bob Skinner, Zach Hall, Brian Johnson, all teammates running back here in 12th, 13th, and 14th position, just out riding.
And that's exactly what they're doing. It's 20. We're a quarter of the way through this race. They are literally just right. They're just waiting this out. There's pit stops to be had. There's more laps to be at 75 to be exact. More laps to be ran. These guys are just playing the waiting game, and that's one thing that Brian Johnson, Zach Hall, and Bob Skinner, and the entire Category 5 team can do is they can play strategically and they can play patiently.
Yes, most definitely. Well, I think eventually here, I think Cedric Hunter is going to be looking as he's falling back a little bit behind Joseph McWhorter there in that bio side, ZL1 Camaro. I think eventually when we get closer to pit stops, I think he might bail and head back to his teammates because they're just right behind him. They're not too far back. They got Brandon John, Bradley back here in the 03. And then you got Bob Skinner in 12th, so he's not too far back.
As we come out of 4, Conrad continues to lead. Whitley and Bisson looking at that top line again. They've also got the 15 of Miller up there with them. So now we got the front 6 packed up with McWhorter, Hunter, and Colley. Kind of caught between packs. I mean, yeah, they got the draft down. Here they go. Oh. Look at that, almost going 3 wide again.
Yeah, I'm so confused. Why are they pulling out like that? They got to be either overheating or they getting a huge run that they got nowhere to go with it. You know, you got so much momentum build up, and all of a sudden you're like, well, crap, do I go left, do I go right, or do I get off the gas? Well, we're at Daytona International Speedway. You don't get off the gas. That will just kill you.
Yeah, Bisson let off the gas, and now he's in 9th. And that happened from the entrance to 3 to the start-finish line.
Yeah, see, getting off, you don't want to lift. You know, you can trail brake, keep your foot on that gas pedal, and just tap that brake just to keep that car, you know, RPMs up and moving. But other than that, you don't want to get off the gas or hit the brakes because you're going to be a sitting duck. Because it's all about RPMs and speed when we're at a super speedway. Larry's looking good too, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Larry's just been sitting behind Conrad, and they've just been driving along. Conrad, Yingling, and Maxwell Caldwell have just been driving along and hugging that yellow line, not letting anybody inside of them. Everybody keeps testing that outside, but sooner or later, that run fails, and then you fade back like this. You fade back like Cedric Hunter. You fade back like Miller is now.
And you're going to hear a lot of fade back tonight.
Lap 29 of 100 at Daytona with the World Series of Sim Racing on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Lee Tidwell and Robert A. Moyer Jr. joining you here on this lovely 4th of July evening as fireworks are going off. Barbecue is being digested, and sim racing to be watched right here on Facebook and YouTube, like we do basically every night of the year.
Yes, basically. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Well, you know, let's see here. Thursday night, you and Zach Hall were calling Gulf Coast IndyCar Series, and you guys didn't talk about any food. Well, I'm in the booth with you here tonight, buddy, and we're going to talk about some food. How was your 4th?
You know, honestly, we had some errands we had to run, so my 4th consisted of McDonald's.
It's still food. it's still food. We had chicken out on the grill here tonight, so some chicken barbecue, some corn on the cob, so it was really good.
Yeah, when we moved last year, the grill just... It was about 6 years old, I think, and it died. About rusted out. Yeah, so we didn't bring it with us. We just hadn't bought one, and then when everything hit in the lockdown, it was like, well, I can't go buy a grill. Oh, yeah. There Whitley popped back in again. Whitley's like, he's like from Harry Potter. He's got an invisibility cloak, and he just likes to throw it over himself now and then just be like, surprise, I'm here.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
I mean, when you look up and he just, poof, Esperiamus, you know, he just pops in.
Well, hopefully everybody's watching the 4th of July on TV because we can't go out. Macy's 4th of July is now on live on NBC.
Yeah, let's just, all 16 people watching this on Facebook, just turn us off.
No. People got cell phones and TVs.
Hey, there's an airplane.
You can do it. Oh, you and your stupid airplanes. Oh, God, here we go. I bet Zach's going down the backstretch going, it's going to crash.
No, this one was taken off, actually. Departure from Daytona International. As we come to lap 32 of 100, about to be 33, so we're starting to look at that tire window here.
Yeah, fuel here, we should be looking at fuel here very, very shortly. It does look like we have Danny that just pitted on lap 25. So, but he's a couple laps down. Looks like he got a late start. Probably didn't pass post-race inspections. So he's out there in 18.
The 23 of James Hackworth Jr. He's coming down the backstretch now, going into 3. So all about to be lapped there.
And he's got, I talked to him the other week. I said, what happened to your sponsor cars? And he said, I don't care about it. And I said, you got to get that Wonder Bread put back on that thing. And that's what he's running, the Wonder Bread.
As we come
Ricky
single
Bobby.
file Ricky Bobby, check it back. Single foul across the line, and now this is Hackworth Jr. could be a thorn in some people's sides here, unless everybody stays in this single foul line and he stays high. But this could shake things up. Let's see how it goes on the backstretch. And you see how much slower he is than this pack. And yeah, he's going to stay high. Everybody tuck it in low. Good clean racing here at World Series of Sim Racing.
Yeah, Corey, we didn't talk about Corey or Dave or John out here. Corey Blevins is looking pretty good back here in 17th position, just, doing his own little... Oh, here comes pit stops. Oh, hang on. Whole field's coming in. Oh, Christopher, did he slow it down? I don't know if he slowed that down, dude.
I'm not sure. We got Miller, Colley, Bisson, and McQuarter all coming in on lap number 34.
Oh, and Alex overshot his pit stall, slid it right in, and now he's... Oh, no, he is...
Man.
Oh, gosh, he is done. Oh, gosh. Just take fuel, dude. Just take fuel. Oh,
as the leaders are now on 3. Coming out of 4. Can he get out in time? I don't think so, as they all pull off, but Conrad, Yingling, and Caldwell have a 7/10 of a second gap over Cedric Hunter now. They're going to bring it on around, so we're starting to see the pit stops, and let's see if we got team strategies here or if we're just going to be every man for himself.
These front 3 right here should be coming in. I wouldn't be surprised that they are going to be pitting on lap 36, if not definitely the next lap. As Dave now puts down the fastest lap of the race with the 44.40. And he hasn't pitted yet, so he's in the draft back there with John Held, Corey Blevins, and they're starting to pick up the pace now.
Yep, starting to see some shuffling of the field as cars are entering back in. Miller in 14th position, but now along with that lead pack in front of Whitley.
Got a question, Ashley Lee. If Cedric Hunter would put a Freaky Fast logo on there, do you think it'd look cool right behind the kitty? No?
But you wouldn't be able to see it.
I don't care. I just want to... Okay.
Now, what you do is you take the Freaky Fast logo and you make it the kitty's boat.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, let's do that. We'll talk to him. But all right, well, here comes Maxwell, Dude, John, Bradley. They're all coming in. Let's see what kind of pit stops these guys make here on lap 37. So, yeah, I was about right.
There, that brings Cedric Hunter, Bob Skinner, Zach Hall, and Brian Johnson.
All teams. Yep. Look at that.
Nose to tail.
Oh!
And then Miller says, I'm going to slide in there.
Yeah, Miller says, I'm breaking that pack up real quick. But it don't matter. Them guys they gotta make a pit stop this time by. Yep, there they come. There's no way. Well,
no, just Cedric.
Them guys saved fuel riding in the back. Wow, they're gonna get 40. No way. They're gonna get 39 laps out of the tank of fuel. Now, Lee, they're pushing this to the limit.
It puts Bob Skinner in the front of the pack. Zach Hall in the second, Johnson third, Held fourth, and Dave will be in fifth.
Well, they got to be coming this line. There's no way. Okay, I'm not going to say that because I was wrong the last lap, so what do I know? We'll see if they pit this time by, because I'm just shocked that they say, yeah, okay. All right, here they come. Lap 39, so they're getting 39 laps on a tank of fuel. Very, very. That's like 2 extra laps. That's good.
So it's going to be Skinner, Hall, Johnson, Miller. Yep. Dave and the 24 of Corey Blevins all coming in.
Oh, no. Bob overshot his pit stall. He's up again. Wait, now he's really backing up.
He just pulled a Bisson.
Oh, man. Well, let's see what happens here because, I mean, yeah, because Zach and Brian are already coming out. John, Dave, Corey Blevins are coming out. And Bob's taking 4 tires. Where's he going to fall in line now? As he's dropping. Down to 13th as of right now. 14th. He's going to need a yellow because he came in with Zach Hall and Brian Johnson, and we all know the woes and the wheeze all year long with Zach, you know, making pit stops here, Lee. He actually had a good pit stop. Let's see what he had here. A 15.45, not bad, but Cedric Hunter had a 15.13. Wow.
So Hunter will come out of that in the lead. Whitley in second, Caldwell third, Conrad fourth, Yingling fifth. Then Mullins, Hall, Johnson, Miller, and Hill will round out your top 10.
All right, well, let's do this now as we got a good base out there watching here tonight at Freaky Fast Broadcasting, as we are happy to bring you World Series of Sim Racing League. Pick a driver. Who do we want to crank her up with the ButtKicker style when we make it loud with sights and sounds here at Daytona International Speedway? Pick a driver, any driver, don't matter. Lottery's open.
The lottery.
Wait,
You too can go to college.
Lottery's open. Pick somebody, you'll win.
That's how they sold the lottery in Tennessee, because we should not have it. You have to go to Kentucky, across the state lines and sneak and get your lottery tickets, and then they notice, it's going to pay for college, and that's how they got it passed in Tennessee.
Oh, really? Okay.
Which I'm not complaining, because it's paying for half the tuition of my kid's college next year. So thank you, lottery.
Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah, right. I don't blame you.
Lap 42 of 100, almost halfway, as Mullins is working the top side along with Miller. Whitley is still kind of bobbing and weaving, man. It's not like he's not. Someone said, "Try not to bring out the yellow, pretty please." So, so Cedric Hunter leading the race in that Hello Kitty machine. About time that pink car got up front.
Now, we don't talk much about it as Christopher just hit that yellow line there, Lee. Ooh, man, that upset the car extremely. But look at the rubber on the side of these cars. They are getting, look at the 94. Maxwell's got a lot of rubber out here that we do not talk about that is actually laying on the track somewhere.
Now, absolutely being thrown off these cars. I mean, when you're driving it, you just see, especially getting deep into a race like this, stuff flying all over your windshield as you just drive around this track. We crossed the line for a lap 44. Miller and Mullins going to sniff that high side again. A lot of people keep trying that high side, and we've seen it get a good run off of 2, and then you fall back.
It's like you run into a brick wall, man. That's the best way that I can explain it. You've been out on the track now, if the truck's in doing Daytona and Talladega, you know how it is. You get up behind somebody, you get that hard push, and then all of a sudden it's like, bleh. Yeah. It's like, well, we were going somewhere, and now we are not going anywhere, and you need a lot more cars on that high line. Now, you can see the 15 and the 64 there. They are sticking their ground. They're staying where they need to be, but they're not going anywhere, but they're not falling anywhere. It's like they're in limbo right now. They're stuck.
Yeah, they're not advancing, and then after, a lap or so, that line becomes not nearly as quick, but they've stuck it longer than anyone else has. It might be because of the new tires. And it looks more closely as Bisson now coming up to the backside of Mullins, but it kind of reminds me of the beginning of the race. We're running side by side 3 deep.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, up on the high line there. If you get, 2 cars like they got right now, you had Alex that was up there, and say you get another one and you have about 5 cars on the high line, The only way to move is you got to stick nose to tail. All this sweeping back and forth, that just breaks all the air, all the momentum because of the air package that we have on these cars. You got to stay right up behind that wing, right in the center of the car to get that air to flow over the car evenly. And once you go left or go right or just cut it a little bit, it actually slows you down.
Bisson comes to the high side, takes the third position from Maxwell Caldwell.
Now let's go back into the pack here.
Oh,
no.
Hang on a second.
Where are we going?
Bisson is running in 15th position. I thought he's running with this pack, but he's not running with this pack.
He's on the tail end.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that.
That's right. So he's going to be the first car lap down right now, actually. And the first car, if something would happen, would get the wave around. So unless he does it the hard way and gets around both of these two front runners.
Yeah, and he's been sniffing to the top side. Colley now back in 5th position, looking to the high side around Conrad. Midler's going to join him up there. Side-by-side racing around 5th position.
Yeah, Miller is falling back now. He was up there battling there for the lead there for a little bit, and you can see he's now falling back. But he did pit on lap 34. Now, granted, I don't think tires play that much of a factor. So, I think it might come down to it that these cars are overheating. Because you see the 15 going down the backstretch, he was looking on the inside to get some air into that car.
It's a tricky game when you have this kind of draft racing of the dirty air and the aerodynamics, the drag, all of that factoring into one another. You want to be nose to tail, but you can only do it for so long before you deny your engine that airflow to cool itself down.
Correct, and not only that, we don't talk about the dynamic weather that we have here on iRacing. This is late evening. You can see the sun is set. The clouds, it's starting to get, a little dark now. The lights are on, which means that these cars are starting to pull 100 or 200 more RPMs, which is more speed, but more heat. So, once we get completely under the lights here, under the darkness, the times are going to pick up.
Halfway through the race this next time around.
Well, who do we want to ride with for the butt kicker, buddy?
I say you go 15 of Christopher Miller. Him and Colley. They're trying to work that high side, so the 15 of Christopher Miller, who I would ride along with for our Crater Up, brought to you by the ButtKicker. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car. From ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion, by moving a physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Use the promo code FreakyFast20, that's Freaky with 2 E's, FreakyFast20 for 20% off your order of the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Let's go on board with the number 15 of Christopher Miller as we break it up, brought to you by the ButtKicker. yellow line touched it. Almost threw him up into Bisson. Should have been wearing his brown pants.
Wow, just right along with that butt kicker style there. We actually got excited over that cranker up there, riding along inside Miller here in that 15, man. That car is all over the place, off the gas, hard. I mean, these cars look just wicked evil right now for these guys, Lee.
3 wide for the lead. Colley, Whitley, and then Miller. Miller falls to the outside now, so Colley to the low side. Now we're going to go 3 wide again as Miller's going to pull it in between Whitley and Colley. Miller's going to make that pass. Bisson's going to come along with him. And they should, yeah. They are all over the place back there and dipping and dodging, sticking their nose in places it doesn't belong.
Dippin' Dots.
What's that got to do with ice cream?
I don't know. You said dipping and dobbing, and so I just thought about Dippin' Dots. Sounded pretty good. Talking about food. Sorry. Thank you, everybody, tuning in. I just lost Lee. I had no clue. He should know me by now after broadcasting every night with me. My mind goes wherever it wants to go.
And mine's watching Christopher Miller and Alex Bisson. Bisson trying to get his lap back the hard way and all over the backside of Miller. Whitley in second position, sitting behind Bisson.
Well, you remember last week what Alex said in the post-race interview for winning here at the road side of things. He said either I'm going to bring it home alive or I'm going to bring it home crashed.
Well, back on the lead lap now, so a caution would benefit him greatly. Mm-hmm. Whitley will actually lead the race at the moment with Cedric Hunter right behind him, push them along on the outside, trying to put Bisson a lap down once again.
Yeah, I think Alex is sitting at a good spot, though. He really doesn't need to be in front. He just needs to be ahead of the next car a lap down, which would be James Hackworth Jr. back in 16th position. But James is saying, hey, take the lead. That puts me back on the lucky dog. That's fine with me. It don't matter.
Lap 57 of 100 here at Daytona with the World Series of Sim Racing. Hello to everyone. Yeah, the chat's been awful quiet tonight because you keep trying to tell people to multitask instead of just paying attention to us as they should be.
That's great. My fault. Whoopsie.
Whitley and Hunter looking to the top side now. Look at Miller, and Miller's wiggling around. Colley coming up. Maxwell Caldwell right behind him. Then Mullins, Hall, Conrad, Johnson, and Yingling will round out your top 10. You know, Bisson pitted 4 laps. Nope, take that back. Where is Bisson? Bisson pitted the same lap as Whitley. So, yeah, I mean, same pit stops. It's just that's what happened with his pit stop where he overshot the stall, had to back it up, and then was too close to the wall. Same thing that happened with Bob Skinner, which, you know, when you go into league races or league practices or even the open practices, and you see people coming into the pits and turning 2 or 3 laps and coming into the pits, and you're like, what are they doing? It's a huge asset to practice getting down to speed, getting it correctly, ensuring that you're looking for your pit box, you know, and you're ready for that. And then when you happen to have a great qualifying and you get the pit, have the front pit stalls, makes that even better. But Bisson overshot it. Lap 59 of 100. Yes, sir.
Yes, no, you're absolutely right. You know, racing's racing, but making a pit stop, man, it's so crucial, so key in sim racing, because going down in the pit road, and it wasn't like this until probably about maybe 6 months ago. You'd go down and, you know, you'd be able to stop in your stall, but they changed something with the grip level down on pit road, basically. And when you go in, man, you can, like you seen what Alex did, just, it's like driving on ice, man. You go too fast and you don't slow down in time, and you just slide right through it.
Whitley leading the race. Oh, Miller sliding up just a little.
That's what I mean. Look how just evil these cars look out there. I mean, you would think these cars would be more stable, but they're not, man. What's the wind? Do you know what the wind direction is right now, Lee?
It's 6 miles an hour blowing from the east.
Okay, so it's not so much the wind then, so it's just the aerodynamics of these cars and the air pushing these cars, you know, left, right, and all over the place.
Absolutely, and the sun going down doesn't help as well.
Well, and we will have pit stops coming up here very, very shortly, too.
Yeah, the farthest anyone pushed it was 39 laps.
Right, so... Let's see here, 30, basically 40, 40, 80. Yeah. One more pit stop, you know, that's something drastic happens, which we're looking like a green race out here with everybody, so looking pretty good. Come back here, you can see, dude, that was up there running for a while with Larry following him. They're now back here in 9th and 10th position and really have not went anywhere. They're still just back here in the pack, but I don't know if they're just riding. I think they're just riding. They've been there for a while. When it's go time, we'll see some different stuff happening when it's go time, Lee.
Well, if you look at that shot, it's very interesting because you have Duke Conrad, Larry Yingling, teammates. Right in front of them, you have Zach Hall, Brian Johnson, teammates. These four individuals are just riding. They are biding their time. They know that there's 37 laps left. Why push it right now? They're in the position. They're hooked up with their teammates. They still got at least one more pit stop to go. They are exactly where they want to be here with 38 to go at Daytona.
Yeah, not only that, you got Dave and Corey Blevins back here in the 20 and the 24. They're teammates. So they're back here riding by in their time too. So you got three teams just basically biding their time right now. With about 40 laps to go.
Dave Acacia and Corey Blevins in the 24 machine. And everyone's just kind of paired up. And we're just circling right now. It's like a bunch of vultures ready to jump on the wounded baby deer. Yep. Which right now it might be Alex Bisson. Be careful, Alex. Bisson on the tail end of the lead lap, riding right in front of the leader, Christopher Miller. As we come around 4. Not much shaking and baking going on here. And we're starting to see some pit stops. Yingling, Conrad, they will come in.
Pit road 65. I think.
The 94 Maxwell Caldwell comes in as well.
Yeah, so does Larry. Dude. They all are coming down. Let's see here. Who else we have? Christopher Miller pitted on lap 34. So did Brandon. Yeah, Brandon hit on 34.
This time around, nobody's going to duck off. We're going to keep it going. Miller, Whitley, Colley, Hunter, and Mullins. Your top 5. Hall, Johnson, Held, Acacia, and Blevins rounds out your top 10.
What happened to Joseph?
Put it on 41. on. He is running in 17.
No, he is. Yeah, he's out.
I am not sure.
I wonder, did he drop warp out maybe? Connection problems?
Not sure. We'll see if we can get an update on that, but McWhorter,
that stinks.
Yeah, that was 25 laps ago.
Yeah. I didn't even notice that he even went out until I just was looking down the scoring pylon.
Man, Miller is just all over the place coming out of 2. Goodness. He's right behind Alex Bissett, who's on the tail end of the lead lap. Miller leading the race. Yingling has now come up after that pit stop, running in 13th, but sitting right behind the leader. The 94 of Maxwell Caldwell running in 14th, but sitting behind Yingling. And then you have the second place, number 1, of Brandon Colley.
Now we're definitely getting things shuffled, aren't we?
We really are. So especially after this round of pit stops, if it goes as is, Yingling will be sitting in the driver's seat the last third of the race.
Yeah.
Interesting, sir.
Yeah.
So McWhorter said on Facebook, "What that was a bummer." So not sure exactly what happened, but he did. Yeah, he is on Facebook, and then unfortunate event, I guess, for Joseph McWhorter as we come around with 32 to go. Still waiting on those pit stops. Nobody is pulled it in yet, and we're looking at, let me see, 38. So we're at 31 laps right now. The farthest they were pushed were 39 the last time.
I'd like to know what happened to Joseph here. Give us a fill in here, Joseph. What happened, buddy?
Around 4 in single file, with the field still all kinds of mixed up.
Oh, what happened to Mark? Mark just totally went off my scoring pylon. Completely.
Mark Whitley?
Yeah.
I'm showing
there he is.
Third.
Okay, he's back. He disappeared on me. I didn't even see him.
And now we're starting to approach more traffic.
What?
Go high.
Joseph. Oh, we got pit stops starting here. As Joseph said, he went door to door with somebody and it blew his motor. Wow.
That's unfortunate. So let's see here. It looks like it's going to be Colley, Miller, and Bisson coming in to the pits. That's going to leave Whitley in first, Cedric Hunter in second, with Yingling and the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell on the tail end of the lead lap right in front of Whitley.
Maxwell is done. He overshot his pit stall, backed it up, sat there for a couple seconds, and now he's still trying to get in his stall. His race is done. He's getting tires now, but he's way out of it now there, bud. Unfortunately, he slid through pit stalls. So
wait, the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell is on the track.
No, I'm talking about Christopher Miller.
Oh,
Christopher Miller.
Maxwell.
Oh, Maxwell. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm talking about Christopher Miller being up there in the lead. He totally fluffed his pit stop, so, like, really bad.
Well, we've seen that happen twice.
Yeah.
Well, now the third time. The other one is the 82 of Bob Skinner, who is up sniffing around the front pack now. As the field is entirely jumbled up.
Yeah, I'm all confused.
The leader of the race is the number 77 of Mark Whitley.
Oh, okay.
Cedric Hunter will be second. The 64 of Mullins in third. Zach Hall in the 5 will be fourth. Brian Johnson in the 28 will be fifth. John Held in sixth. Dave will be in seventh. Blevins in eighth. And all of those guys pitted between lap 37 to 39.
Okay, so how is Bob Skinner on the tail end of the lead? Is he a lap down? Yes, he's a lap down, isn't he?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure this out. But all right. No, now my scoring's at. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah, I finally got mine to do real time.
Yeah, mine was a delay there. I was confused of who was what and where and how.
So your leaders will be on the top of the track, except for the 64 of Mullins, who comes down to the inside behind Collie, looking to take second position from Cedric Hunter, and maybe first from Whitley, or he's going to come into the pits. Who knows? Nobody until right now. Into the pits he comes.
Wow.
So the 64 takes a pit.
So that'll give the lead back to Mark.
Yep. Whitley will continue to lead. He's going to sit behind Collie. And leading this pack is Yingling, the 94 of Caldwell, Bisson, and Collie. And then you've got the leader of the race, Whitley, Hunter. Zach Hall now in second position. He's going to the high side. I think Whitley and Hunter might be coming into the pits on this lap. Let's watch and see. No, they're going to stay. Everybody's staying out. Zach Hall and Brian Johnson just kind of testing that high side, and look at Dude Conrad. He's going to jump up there with him.
Well, Zach and Brian, they're going to have to get to the low line eventually soon here if they're going to, because they got to make a pit stop very, very, very soon.
Mullins said everybody go high.
Probably about 5 more laps, we should see Brian Johnson and Zach Hall, give or take, should be hitting pit road.
As we come out of 4 this time, Whitley is going to pit. Skinner is going to pit. Cedric Hunter is going to pit.
24
It's going to give the lead to Zach Hall. Brian Johnson in second. John Held in third. Dave Acacia in fourth. And Corey Blevins in fifth. And the distance between just even second and third is almost a second.
See, this worked out great for Zach and Brian. There you go. Now they're going to get down the low line. That's where they need to be to make their pit stops within probably another 4 laps, give or take.
Little leapfrog there. Let Brian Johnson lead a lap here. Get that bonus point.
Good call. Teamwork there.
Let's see if they come in this time. Johnson, Hall, Held, Acacia, and Blevins all pitted on lap 39. That is your top 5. Lap 78 of 100 here at Daytona International Speedway in Daytona Beach, Florida. Virtually by way of megabits over the Wi-Fi's. And there they go, coming into pit. Oh, Zach Hall had to get on the brakes hard on that one. So we got
the 24, look out.
Eek.
Wow.
The 24 of Blevins. Whew. So Hall, Johnson, Blevins, Acacia, and the 17 of John Held all come in. Can they make it out? Even if they make it out, they're going to get past here, so it doesn't really...
Right, and they took 4 tires. Interesting.
Yeah.
Call.
Exactly. Held comes out first.
Yeah, he took
Held,
two.
Blevins, Acacia.
Yeah, Held took two left sides.
2 left or 2 right?
2 right and 2 left. No, he took 2 left. Are you right? Or are you left?
Dude, I don't know. No, that's with me. It's late.
Yeah, it's getting late. We're down to 22 laps to go here. Like I said, at the Daytona International Speedway. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in out there. Me and Lee much appreciate it. But stay tuned. This race is not over. Things will get heated up here very, very fast.
Yep, as the leader, John Held.
They're going to get freight trained.
Yeah, Blevins right behind him.
And,
And here comes...
Zach Hall and Brian Johnson.
No, man. Here comes Baby Driver.
Oh, did you see he changed his name in Discord for you?
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did. I tagged him earlier. Said it's okay, it's called Baby Driver.
Oh, Zach Hall.
Oh, you know what we missed, man? We missed a pit party.
But there wasn't one.
What do you mean? We had some cars go down. What the crap? Who
A
cares?
pit party is when you have 3/4 of the field pit at one time. It's just like Kissy Kiss, man. You got to wait for the right moment.
Oh. So I ruined it at the beginning of the broadcast?
I told you took the wind out of my sails.
Oh, I know, but I thought you were just joking.
So Brian Johnson and Zach Hall playing the pit game perfectly, but look at the 15 of Miller. But Miller is... How many
Tail end.
runs down is Miller?
He is on the tail end. He's in 13th position, tail end of the lead lap. And we're still all shuffled up.
Well, he's not at the tail end of the lead lap. He is 1 lap behind.
Okay. Pretty close to the tail end.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. As the field has bunched up now after this final round of pit stops, lap 82 of 100, 19 to go here. Going to start getting a little bit exciting.
Oh, yeah. You can see the high line. They're starting to form up and see what they can do here.
Held's up there on the top side along with Blevins in the 20 of Acacia.
Cedric Hunter back there in that Hello Kitty car. He's was up there in the front for a while, and now he's back in, where's he at? 10th position right now.
Yep, Hunter 10th, Mullins 9th, Caldwell 8th, Whitley 7th, Yingling 8th, Acacia 5th, Blevins 4th, Hall 3rd, Held 2nd, and your leader, the number 28 of the Baby Driver, Brian Johnson.
I love that. That's so cool. Baby driver. You know, when you interview him, if he wins, he's not going to say anything.
We'll find out.
All right.
A little bit of movement through the field as we come out of 4. And they've settled down to almost just a double file. Here's Acacia. Comes right up to the side of Maxwell Caldwell. They're side drafting here a lot.
I was told side drafting is not a thing in iRacing. I still think it is.
Yeah, I mean, when you get sucked up into something like that, yeah, there's physics there. Held looking on the outside of Brian Johnson. Blevins is going to push. Hall will attempt to help his teammate on the bottom side as we come with 17 to go. Lap 85 this time around. To the line, nose to nose. Johnson will keep the lead this time. One way or another.
I'm gonna find you.
Gonna get you. Man, come on, we just do karaoke for the last 10 laps.
Chat will definitely leave us by then.
Let's say hello to everyone on Facebook and YouTube. Watching the World Series of Sim Racing here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting, lap 85 of 100 here at Daytona International Speedway. Lee Tidwell and Robert Moya here in the booth with you, bringing you all the action as we come across the line. 15 to go. Brian Johnson continues to lead. John held on the outside, trying to sniff up on that lead. With Zach Hall in third, Blevins fourth, Acacia fifth, Yingling, Whitley, Caldwell, Mullins, and Colley will round out your top 10, but that's not all. Maxwell Caldwell still running up there along with John Mullins, Cedric Hunter. We have got a race and a half as we come into 3, Robert.
Yes, we do. 15 laps to go, like you said. Do we see a new winner back-to-back weeks here at World Series of Sim Racing League? Or does Brian Johnson or Larry finally put the stump back down and say, nope, we're going to get a streak going?
Across the line, Johnson with a 7/100th of a second lead over the number 2 position, the number 17 of John Held. But look at that, a full car length now coming out of 2, and now the run will happen again for Held and Blevins on the top side. Acacia and Whitley will ride along up there with them, along with Mullins and Cedric Hunter. Oh, check it out! Oh, the big one!
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
And
the
there
big
it
one
is.
comes out.
There it was. Daytona always has one big one. And guess what? There it was.
That was it on lap 87. We came out of 2. And I heard him call and check up, and I'm trying to see where it happened at.
It looked.
Acacia looked like he got a little loose, got into Miller, then took out Whitley, Colley. Dude, Conrad was involved with that. Man.
See if we can see here on the replay.
Just a series of unfortunate events coming out of 2 with the 20 of Dave Acacia and the 17 of Miller.
Oh, he got a good shot from Mark Whitley in the back, and it upsetted the car. And that was it. That's all she wrote.
Yep, so I mean, the drafting here is a tremendous help and an obscene deterrent at the same time.
That is correct. And look at Bob Skinner. Bob Skinner did the wow. How in the world did he make it through that without any damage? I have no clue.
Skinner doing his best Cole Trickle impersonation.
Wow. I mean, wow. Good. Wow. I probably said wow 4 times in that sentence. But wow.
So under caution with 13 to go, it'll be Held, Johnson, Blevins, Hall, and Yingling, your top 5. Caldwell, Mullins, Conrad, Whitley, and Hunter will round out your top 10.
Whew.
And Duke Conrad, the number 8 car, sitting in the 8th position. He got mixed up in that. Let's see if he's got any damage.
This is it. And look, and that gives Alex. Alex is going to get his wave around after fighting that long to get it. And I got to give props to these guys. The way these cars were so viciously loose and looked very unstable through the whole race, Lee. Making it 87 laps, caution-free. Not bad. Not bad at all.
That just shows the skill and determination of each and every individual on the track here tonight.
Yeah, because these cars were, they were, again, I go back, they were evil, man. They were evil. These guys had a handful. Going down, even down the front stretch and back stretch. I mean, it was, they were evil.
So we've set it up for a 10-lap shootout.
Oh.
Here at Daytona. What?
Oh, everybody pit. Pit. Everybody come in. Come on, guys. Down there. Go.
They're not going to pit.
Go on.
They're not going to pit.
No. Go over the radio. Go over the radio. Come on. Pit. Come on, guys. We need to hear it one time so I don't feel so bad that I ruined it. Come on.
Maybe tomorrow night at Talladega. You never know. As we come across the line, it'll be 11 to go. The light should go off, as I haven't really paid attention to we do got some cars coming down to pit.
I don't think, no, we'll still stay under yellow yet. I think we're gonna, oh no, we are going back green.
Yep, so the 15 of Miller along with Skinner will pit, and the 23 of James Hackworth Jr. So they bring it into the pits. As we double file this field, it's going to be held to the inside. Johnson to the high side. Then Blevins, Hall, Yingling, Maxwell Caldwell. That's your front 3 rows. Then it's going to be Mullins in the 8 of Dude Conrad, followed by Cedric Hunter.
Oh boy. Well, we're going to soon just hand it over to you, Lee, and get everybody excited. You're going to get the Lee energy going? Like, I
ran out of Mountain Dew, man. I need a Midori sour.
Oh, is it going to be a
I just wanted a reason to request alcohol. I don't know.
Well, drink some alcohol.
Yeah, need a Midori sour. I need a bartender.
Call your wife. Say, I'm busy. Come here. I need a drink.
All right, we come into 3. Green flag this time. It'll be 10 to go when we go across the line. Here with the World Series of Sim Racing on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We are in virtual Daytona Beach, Florida at the Daytona International Speedway. 10 to go. This time, pace car comes off.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag waves. Nice jump there by Held, and here we go. Across the line with 10 to go, Held in first. Blevins looks to the inside. Johnson will go high. He will bring Zach Hall along with him. Yingling will stay to the bottom in 5th position, followed by the 94 of Maxwell Caldwell. We're picking up speed coming out of 2. Brian Johnson and Zach Hall start to work that high line. And look at Hall just pushing Johnson.
And he clears.
Yep, into 3 in front of Held, and Brian Johnson, your new leader. Larry Yingling and Mullins pops up to the high side. Down the front stretch, 9 to go this time around.
Oh, it's going to be, oh, never mind. I was going to say, they stay in line. When are they going to pull out? You know, you wait till about 3 to go. So you want to probably start looking and sniffing it. And probably 2 to go is when you're going to want to pull out. But John says, nope, I'm going to hop up here to Larry. I know Larry had a strong vehicle all night. So he's going to see what he can do. And let's not count out that 95 back there. He is now back on the lead lap, and he is coming. And I don't think he's going to slow down, Lee. I think he's just going to come with a head of steam, and he's just going to go. It's either checkers or records.
Boy, we just had all kinds of movement through that field, as Alex Bisson is a man on a mission, up to 8th position now. Bisson behind Yingling across the start-finish line. Johnson continues to lead. Now Hunter is going to come to the top side. Blevins will follow along with the 17 of Hell. They're going to work the high side. Bob Skinner, who is sitting in 13th position, will now settle in behind Johnson and, man, look at this. Category 5, bunching up the field.
Oh, you caught that too?
Mm-hmm.
I see why Cedric and that little kitty went up on high. Okay, well, that didn't work.
No, Bob's helping.
Yeah.
Bob's helping. This is brilliant. I mean, you're seeing brilliance in teamwork driving on this track right now by Category 5. Johnson will keep the low line. They're going to throw Zach Hall, who would now leapfrog up in front. Now they put Skinner and Cedric Hunter on the high side. They're going to box in Bisson and Mullins. Nowhere for them to go as we come with 7 to go across the backstretch. Wow.
Oh.
Now, Mullins has got to run here on the bottom side. He can slide up, and Bisson as well. So Skinner and Cedric Hunter did their job for that lap. 94 of 100. It'll be 6 to go this time across the line. Hall, Johnson, Mullins, Bisson, and Blevins. Your top 5.
I think Brian's going to let Zach have the win. I don't think Brian does. Yeah, Brian's not looking for the win here. He's looking to get his teammate a win. Zach needs a win to get his confidence up, I guess, because he's had an up and down season.
You do not take anything away from Zach Hall in the race he has driven tonight.
No.
Brian Johnson might be helping his teammate, but he is not allowing someone to win. Zach Hall has drove a hell of a race.
Yes, he has.
And with 5 to go,
yes,
it is his to lose at this point in time. Across the line, Hall, Johnson, Mullins up to 3rd position now. Blevins and Bisson up to 5th. Blevins looking to the high side along with 17 of Held. 5 to go.
They're not team. No, they're not teammates.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, I know. I'm my brain's
okay.
trying to pinpoint teammates out here because I see Cat 5 up here. We got Cedric now dropping down behind Alex. Bob is getting out with 5 to go. Good driving by him. He knows he has nothing to gain or lose, so he's getting out of there.
As we watch him come through 3 and 4, Hall continues to lead with Johnson assisting there. Blevins still to the high side with the 17 of Held, but a car length lead for Zach Hall. 4 to go.
Where's Alex go? Does he stay there? Does he go to the, stay on that low line? Does he eventually, merge his way up the high line? Does John follow? Do they try to get a 4-car against a 3-car pack? With 2 laps to go, I think that would be the move to do if these front 4 stay side by side like that. Here we go.
The run by Blevins down the backstretch, but look at Hall close in as we enter 3. Oh, and Bisson got it to the backside of Held just a little bit, trying to give him a little too much push. He got loose there. They're going to lose some time. It'll be 3 to go this time across the line with Zach Hall leading here at Daytona.
Good job
3
by
wide.
John.
3 wide back here in 6th position. Hunter, Held, and Bisson. Bisson now going to wisely fall in behind Held. Coming out of 2, Zach Hall continues to lead. Mullins looking to sneak up to the inside, but Blevins is trying to get a run up there. Down the backstretch into 3. Zach Hall continues to hug the yellow line. Blevins is getting a slight run here, Held right behind him. Here comes Bisson to be the 3rd pusher on the outside. Down the front stretch, it'll be 2 to go. Across the stripe, Zach Hall looking for his first victory of the season here at World Series of Sim Racing as we come into 1. Blevins looking for the run with Held pushing him. We have a lap car coming up. Oh, he spins! Blevins spins! Blevins spins from the contact, it looked like.
Oh my word. Yes. Let's go back and watch the replay here. See what
The
happened
17 of Held was trying to push. And it looks like he just wasn't square. Nice save by Cedric Hunter on that, but man, unfortunate for Blevins. But we're going to do a green-white checker here. And Zach Hall has the opportunity to take his first victory of the season.
Yeah, and this is what I was saying, man. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty, like we always say, and pushing and shoving, and he just pushed a little too hard. Unfortunately, and like you said, he was not square on the back end of that 24, and that's all it took. It wasn't much. It was, I don't want to call it a kissy kiss because it really wasn't. Well, kind of, but it wasn't a nice kiss.
Shovey shove.
Shovey, yeah, it was come here, kiss.
And excellent driving by Cedric Hunter to save that car. And stay in 5th position. I mean, he was sideways avoiding that accident. So we'll do a green-white checker here to finish Daytona on this 4th of July. And Cedric will go ahead and hit the pits.
Yeah, I don't blame him. His tires were toast sliding around like that through the grass, mud, dirt, you know what I mean? And then you got that on. And these cars, like I said earlier, already look evilly, you know. I wouldn't chance it, you know what I mean? But is Bob Skinner getting his... Well, look who's coming back on the lead lap. Bob Skinner, Cat 5.
Bob getting his lap back. Our top 5, ladies and gentlemen, let's do top 6. Zach Hall, Brian Johnson, John Mullins, Alex Bisson, Larry Yingling, and Dude Conrad. That will be your first 3 rows on this restart. Then you've got Brandon Colley, Cedric Hunter, Maxwell Caldwell, Mark Whitley, John Held, and Corey Blevins that all pitted on lap 100.
Got to give a shout out here tonight, Lee, to that 64 of John. One heck of a race this guy has run. Up to 3rd position, up 7 positions of the start of tonight's race. Not bad, not bad. Good job.
Yeah, nice run by John Mullins. I mean, been a contender all night long and still has a shot here, as you could really take any one of our top 6 and go, they got a shot here for this 3-lap sprint to the finish for World Series of Sim Racing.
Yeah, this is going to get crazy because we got a green-white checkered here, and I believe they got 3 of them. So we got to at least get back to the white flag. If not, we're going to trigger another green-white checkered under iRacing standards, the way it's set up. So when does John... Well, here the thing is, you're going to have Alex on the outside, John's on the inside, then you got teammates up front here, 1st and 2nd. I wouldn't be surprised. Who's in the inside? That would be Brian Johnson. You want me to make a guess here what's going to happen? I know these guys long enough. Brian Johnson is not going to get back on the gas fast enough. He's going to let Zach Hall get a little bit of head of steam, jump up in front of him going into turn 1, and that's going to put them 1st and 2nd. And the 95 and the 64 are going to have to figure out what they're going to do, because you got teammates behind them with Larry and Dude. They're teammates back there. So they're going to try to latch onto each other too. So grab your popcorn, everybody.
It's going to be very interesting. And then you could also look at Johnson and Hall riding side by side and daring someone to take it 3 wide.
If I was John, when we go green, this is just me, I would get up and back on that 28, and when that green flag drops, I would push him. I would just push as hard as I could push him. You know, basically. That's what I would do.
So as we get set to go to green, it is a green-white checkered. First attempt here at Daytona. The pace car will come off, man. They've got a lot of lap cars with a full head of steam coming up from behind. There we go. Pace car is off. Let's see how the strategy will play out. And as you said, but Bisson with a nice start himself. He tried to come down, and Johnson had him blocked there. So let's see him going into 1. Hall with the lead. Bisson and Johnson side by side for 2nd. Then you got Mullins and Yingling. And then Dudes between Conrad and Colley. Coming out of 2. Yingling now to the back of Bisson. Mullins comes to the low side of the track. Will be behind the Cat 5 guys of Hall and Johnson. Coming into 3. Bisson, Yingling, and Dude now to the top side. Bringing it around 4. It'll be 2 to go when we go across here. No, take that back. 1 to go.
White flag.
White flag. Here we go. Across the line. Zach Hall on the inside, Bisson on the top side. They are side by side, door to door. Yingling's pushing Bisson. Johnson pushing Hall. We come out of 2. We're looking at that top side, having some groove here, and got a little bit of momentum. Bisson with a nose lead over Zach Hall going into 3. As we come into 3, Hall and Johnson hug the bottom. Yingling looking to push Bisson on the top side. Gets a little loose. Gets it to the backside of Bisson. Bisson now up to the wall. And Zach Hall holds on and will take his first victory of the season for World Series of Sim Racing and Category 5 Esports.
Oh, there come my favorite words again. Wow. Oh my goodness. Take a deep breath, Lee. Good calling, but oh my goodness, Larry and Dude did everything they possibly could to try to help Alex. Unfortunately, he's going to fall to 7th position, but still, what a bounce back for him being a lap down, but wow.
As you said, Yingling and Dude was trying to help Bisson, but what seemed to look like happened there was when you got 3 cars trying to push each other, Dude pushed Yingling, which then in turn added more momentum as Yingling pushed Bisson, and it wasn't square in that corner. Bisson's back end got a little loose. He slid high, and Zach Hall comes away with a well-deserved first victory of the season for World Series of Sim Racing. Congratulations to Zach Hall.
Oh yeah, congratulations to him. Finally gets the victory here. Hasn't won in a while. I'm sure that feels extremely good for him. He finally gets that victory. You know, Lee, if that doesn't get you excited here watching that Freaky Fast, I don't know what does. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. But we're going to get ready to run to our post-race interviews here, brought to you by Freaky Fast, as we're a proud sponsor of this league here every Saturday night with World Series of Sim Racing League. But we will be right back.
And welcome back to World Series of Sim Racing here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting as we get set to talk to our podium finishers here this evening. First off, finishing in 3rd position, Mr. John Mullins. John, it's Lee up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, buddy.
Man, what an outstanding event here tonight. 4th of July at Daytona. Couldn't get any better. And a great run for you, man. Podium finish. How's it feel?
It's pretty good, man. We get a little speed in this car and hope to continue the trend.
Exactly. And, you know, there really wasn't a lot of strategy to be had here tonight because we didn't have a lot of caution. So it came down to just ensuring everyone pitted when they needed to and had the run there for the end. What did that ending look like? Because we had a race into 3. It looked like that Bisson got a little loose there, and so did Dude, so did Yingling, and you were able to capitalize on that.
Yeah, I heard the 95. He said he got a little bump from 67 car, and it got him loose. So that kind of created a little havoc there. And yeah, I was definitely able to capitalize on that. It was a fun race tonight. It was good and clean all the way. Just sipping gas in the first couple of gas stops. Really, no need to really get after it to about 20 laps to go, and then try to get to the front.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to ask you is what your strategy was going into tonight. But John, outstanding finish. Robert, you got anything for John?
No, just congratulations, man. It's good to see you up in third position here. Actually to make a podium, so congratulations on that, buddy. It was a fun race to call, man.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate you guys broadcasting the race for us.
Yep. Anybody you'd like to give a shout out to, say hello to, that might be watching out there tonight, sir?
Definitely a shout out to my sponsors, DNA Enterprises, Canterbury. Got to thank them for coming on board the 64 machine this year.
Awesome. Well, John, congratulations on that third place finish. We will see you next week, sir.
Let's have a happy 4th.
You too, sir. That is Mr. John Mullins, our third place finisher here this evening for World Series of Sim Racing. As we bring up our second place finisher, baby driver himself, Mr. Brian Johnson. Brian, it's Lee in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, you were worried I wasn't going to say anything.
You know, I hesitated a little bit. I was like, is he going to talk? Man, great race tonight. Category 5 all over the place and just a strong showing. Every one of you guys, but you and Zach Hall especially look like you strategized this race perfectly. Walk me through that last lap.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a lot more than the last lap. You know, kind of our strategy is hang in the back, stay out of trouble. When you know, pit stops start happening, that's when you push, and then go back out there and do the same thing. But we did not really expect to be ahead of everybody when we came out of pit road that second time, those second round of green flag pit stops. So that was kind of a surprise to us. So we were like, well, we'll just stay up here, see what we can do. And so kind of the last lap, it was just a matter of pushing as hard as I can and hope nobody else gets any good runs. And that's what happened. I think Larry pushed Alex a little bit too hard in the corner. He had a really good save there in the middle of 3 and 4. But yeah, I mean, for me, tonight was about getting Zach a win. I told him, you know, I got 3 of these things, so.
Well, but Zach ran a great race himself as well, sir. And yeah, some tight pack racing, a long green flag run. I mean, that first green flag run before the caution was an outstanding event to behold, especially on a super speedway like Daytona. It speaks very well for the drivers of this league. Was that something you guys planned on? That, you know, did you have a strategy for a 70 lap green flag run, or did you figure that a caution might come a little sooner than that?
Well, I mean, we would prefer it to go green all the way, I think. You know, because when a caution comes out, you essentially just want to come down, take fuel and tires, get all you can, because track position isn't huge at Daytona. So if it's a caution field race, you just come down pit road every time. But if it goes green, you just hang in the back, save a little bit of fuel, go a little bit longer than everybody, so that last pit stop that you make, take a little bit less fuel, be a little lighter, be a little faster. So yeah, the strategy is always planning for green flag laps, really anywhere we go, but especially.
Well, awesome job once again, Mr. Johnson, as we watched you do a masterful job of piloting that vehicle around that track. Anybody you'd like to say hello to or give a shout out to before we let you go and bring Mr. Hall up here?
Hey, like I do every week, all the fans that tune in to us and y'all for putting such a great show on. Y'all do a fantastic job, and all the league drivers and all the admins got a good thing going here, and we'll do the same thing next week at Indy.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you, sir. Congratulations on the second place finish, and we will see you next week.
All right, thank you.
And that's Mr. Brian Johnson, our second place finisher here, as we bring up our race winner first. Win of the season here for World Series of Sim Racing, Mr. Zach Hall. Zach, it is Lee in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yeah, I do, man.
Hey, look at you, victory lane, sir. How's it feel?
Oh man, it feels great. First off, before I start anything, I didn't win tonight. Cat 5 won tonight. You know, without Brian there, we worked the strategy all night tonight. We just kind of laid back, saving fuel. You know, playing the strategy game as it goes green and these things, and then kind of see how it plays out through green cycles. We came out pretty good through that, but the cautions did, of course, come out. That kind of brought it all back together. But man, Brian and me worked, I'd say, flawless on that. I don't think I ever was within. I started one car in front of him, I think, and we kind of stayed together the whole race. So really, without him, I mean, I probably wouldn't be in victory lane right now. So big shout out to Brian as always. But man, what a race tonight! These guys out here were putting on a show. It was hard knuckle racing while I was sitting there watching and just cruising, trying to stay out of trouble. But those guys up front were going at it, man.
Man, it was just leapfrog all night long with change of positions. Now, that high line seemed to, really work off of 1 and 2, but then going into 3, it just never seemed to materialize. Did you seem to have any luck with that high line tonight?
Yeah, you know, actually, that's like a lot of times when we were riding back there, we're riding about 14th, 15th tonight, and we're sticking our nose out there, backing up, getting a run, and just seeing how much momentum you have. So when you come down to these late race situations, you know, like, I need to be this many car lengths back to get this big a run, and it's just really getting the run. You gotta really back your car up, have a car on your back bumper, and then run up to that car at the exit. But me and Brian made the outside line work one time after a green flag pit stop. We blew by everybody. I thought we were gonna pull away, but I mean, it's Daytona, so you can't. But we made that outside line work pretty good. But yeah, you know, it's a fight. It's an ebb and flow. You know, the bottom line goes forward on entry, and then the top line comes back on the exit down the straightaway. So it's always great racing at Daytona.
Well, and another outstanding performance from you, Brian Johnson, and the entire Category 5 team. I mean, we watched you guys basically in a line all together driving around during this race. So outstanding job. Anyone you would like to say hello to or give a shout out to, sir?
First off, shout out to all the drivers tonight. They put on a great race. Everybody was out there doing a great job. You know, these things can get wild, so congrats to them on keeping it like down to 2 cautions right there. Wish you wouldn't have seen that last one, because I think I would have held on to there too. But green white checkers, we got through it. So thanks to the drivers. Thanks to you guys for broadcasting this course as always. It's fun to be up in the booth with y'all, and it's fun to go back and watch when, you know, I'm out on the track. It gives me some exhilaration to hear you guys commentate us on the track. It's a real pleasure. Shout out to the viewers as always too, because without them, we wouldn't do this. So, you know, it's all about the viewers and making them happy and having a great time, and that's what this league's all about at WSSR. I'm proud to be a winner now. I know it's a super speedway, but man, I'm happy. I can't even put it into words. So shout out to the Team Cat 5 and all the drivers in the league. So great night, and happy 4th of July to everybody out there. America, baby.
America. Now, next week we are at Indy.
Yes.
Now, not quite the traditional super speedway, so to speak, but still one of the most iconic tracks to drive on no matter what vehicle you're driving. What do we got to look forward to at Indy next week?
Well, you know, Indy's a special place in my heart. You know, as growing up as a young kid watching Jeff Gordon, you know, do really good at the Brickyard, really be a big Jeff Gordon fan, kind of made that place special to me, you know, because he ran good there, and the tracks seemed like he ran good out of the ones I really love. So, you know, it kind of spreads there. But Brickyard, I can't wait personally for next week. The car actually handled really good. They're kind of loose. So they haven't had that kind of style of loose at Indy in a while, and the last time it was kind of loose, I felt like that was when I was at my best at that track. And I'm excited. This right here, I knew coming in tonight, I could just get some confidence built up and go into that race. And if I don't get anything in less than a top 3 next week, I'm gonna be disappointed. So try to keep the momentum going up into the playoffs, especially maybe get some more playoff points too. That's a big thing.
There you go. Well, Zach, congratulations on your victory tonight. Go celebrate it with your teammates, and we'll see you next week, sir.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. That's Zach Hall, your race winner here tonight at Daytona on the 4th of July. I mean, to get your first win of the season at Daytona on the 4th of July, it's like Zach got to write his own storybook.
Oh, big time, man. It was a great race to watch here tonight. These guys put on one double hockey stick show. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I know it seemed boring. You know, it's a super speedway. You get an 80-lap run. It's not much to talk about, but, you know, got down to the ending of this race, Lee, man, and it got crazy fast.
It sure did. And, we're glad to bring the World Series of Sim Racing along with all the leagues that we broadcast here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And these fine sponsors are proud to bring you those leagues as well, as in the ButtKicker and the Gamer2. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience, and the ButtKicker Gamer2 lets you feel every detail, from subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10-powered race car. From ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion, by moving a physical mass instead of only air like traditional speakers, the Gamer2 provides an instant, accurate, powerful bass response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. Check out the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Use promo code FreakyFast20, that's Freaky with 2 E's, FreakyFast20, for 20% off of the Gamer2 at thebuttkicker.com. Freaky Fast Broadcasting also brought to you by Abruzzi USA. That's Abruzzi, A-B-R-U-Z-Z-I, USA.com. Your wear your way, from sim gloves to karting gloves and boots, and all of your sim wear, personalization options, and more. That's going to be AbruzziUSA.com. Use the promo code FreakyFast for 20% off of all orders over $30. If you happen to want to try out the starter gloves, you can use the code BROADBENT, that's BROADBENT, for 10% off of those gloves that are under $30. But you might as well go and get the personalized ones and use the 20% off Freaky Fast code. That's at AbruzziUSA.com. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by iPitting. iPitting board is a web tool designed for iRacing teams, and it helps create an iRacing series board for all of your teammates. It provides all of your teammates a clear vision of every data point that they need, from schedules, results, championship points, standings, and more. It's also a great help for your team's community manager, which can use the tool to share their on social networks the team's achievements and much more. That's the iPitting board. Check it out at ipitting.com. Robert, another great night here with the World Series of Sim Racing. Is he ready to pack it up and then head over to Sim Racing Unleashed tomorrow night at Talladega?
That's correct. We will be live over at Talladega tomorrow night with Sim Racing Unleashed at 7:50 Eastern. So make sure you tune in on Facebook and YouTube for that high-speed, action-packed racing, 3-4 wide at that track, and see what kind of show them guys can put on. But all right, Lee, I got the final results up if we want to run through the top 19 here real quick.
Yep, so let's get you how this race shook out after 100 laps tonight. Winning the race, first win of the season, Mr. Zach Hall, Brian Johnson coming in second, John Mullins in third. Larry Yingling and Dude Conrad will round out your top five, and sixth will be Cedric Hunter, seventh Alex Bisson, and eighth Brandon Coley, sorry Brandon, and ninth Bob Skinner, 10th Maxwell Caldwell, and 11th Mark Whitley, 12th Corey Blevins, 13th John Held, 14th Christopher Miller, 15th James Hackworth Jr., 16th Dave Acacia, 17th Joseph McWhorter, 18th Bradley Allison, and in 19th
Danny.
It hadn't moved on my screen yet. Mr. Danny
Lawson.
Danny Lawson. There we
Yes.
go. Thank you, sir.
Not a
Yep,
problem.
Danny Lawson. So, yep, that is your finishing order for tonight. And as we said, we get set for Talladega tomorrow night, sir.
Yeah, Burrs. And next week we'll be here live again with the World Series of Sim Racing League as they take on Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And that's a track that I know Joseph knows how to race. He's very fast there, so I think he's going to have a real good chance, Lee, on a rebound after tonight's event here at Daytona International Speedway. But hopefully we catch everybody, tomorrow night at Sim Racing Unleashed at 7:50, like I said, Eastern on Facebook and YouTube. But me and Lee up here in the booth at Daytona want to say God bless America. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Hopefully you had a great weekend, Independence Day, and enjoyed your fireworks, your family and friend. But until tomorrow night, we say here at Freaky Fast, God bless everybody. Love yous all. Peace out.